and welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be doing an install and a review of a refrigerator for the Cybertruck. So I got this just a couple hours ago and I'm already super excited to put it in. This was sent to me by Tilliard, and everything that I've read on it so far has been awesome. I'm super excited to get it in there. Has a huge capacity. It's supposed to, from being all the way hot to all the way cold, it's not supposed to take but maybe even less than 1% of charging on your vehicle. It has a ton of different features. But again, I'll show you more when we get out in the vehicle. I'll go ahead and open it up for you now. Came well packed. Arrived quickly. This came out of their warehouse in California, and I got it within a couple days of ordering it. So I was pretty excited about that. All right, so I'll go ahead and show you what's inside. It's real basic. I actually took a couple pieces out of here. This is what you're going to use for the install. These are literally going to be the only pieces that you're going to use for the install. It's that easy. Comes with some instructions. A couple other pieces here. This is going to be a little mat that you can use once it's installed and put your cell phone or whatever you want on there. It's just a little kind of a sticky mat so you can use it for extra storage. But this is going to be a super easy install. This install, I'm anticipating it's probably going to take less than 10 minutes. So I'm super excited about that. Again, I'll meet you out at the car here in a second, show you the full install, how it works, how quickly it cools down. I'll show you the capacity size. It's supposed to be around a full case of soda or whatever you want to put in there, regular size, like Coke cans. So it's going to hold quite a bit. Again, it's a refrigerator, so you can use it for food. You can use it for really anything that you want for traveling. But, you know, as everybody knows, if they've seen any of my other videos, there's a ton of wasted space in the Cybertruck. There's just a lot of area that they just didn't fill. And this is going to fill a nice void that's just right there in the center console, make it super useful. So I'll see you out in the truck in a second. Again, this is from Tilliard. I am going to have a discount code at the end of the video that you can use. It's Mr. Zorb1. If you'd like to get a discount on this item, you're going to get between 20 and 30% off, as well as you can use my discount on anything on their website that you may want for any of your Teslas that you may have. So again, I'll see you out the vehicle in a second. We'll get this thing installed. All right, we're out of the vehicle, and I'll go ahead and finish unboxing this and get it in. So again, comes very well packed. These things are just going to slide out of here. It did come with the two pieces I've already taken out. I'll show you those in a second. But this is literally all there is to it. I'll set this up here. This is going to come in two different pieces, and I'll show you those pieces. You've got this back part here, which we're going to put in first. And then the main unit. And that's going to slide in. It's going to be, like I said, super simple. The little top piece that I was telling you about, where your phone's going to go, is going to sit on here, just like that. So when it's in there, it's going to look nice and clean. We're going to take this off. But this is like a rubber pad here, so you can put your phone or whatever really you want to set on there as extra storage. So we'll put this on in here in just a second. In here, if you want to look, all we're going to do, the other thing I want to show you as well is I've taken out my floor mat, and I'll show you how it fits if you do have the rubber floor mats in there too. So I've already tried it out. It fits perfectly, but I have my floor mat out. And then I'm going to want to get under here. And what I'll probably do at this point, I'm probably going to switch camera angles so you can see under here how I take this off. And then we're going to take off the plastic piece here. And that's it. And then it slides in. Super easy. So I'll see you on the other side in 1 second. Okay, so what we're going to do is right here where the light is, this little carpet piece we're going to pull off. And it's just over here at the edge. There's going to be just two little fasteners here, and they just pop out. So I mean, you can use a little pry tool if you want, but they're just going to pop out just like that. Super easy. The rest of the stuff comes off like this. Again, super easy. And all we're trying to do is access this piece here. So once this is kind of loose here, we'll kind of get it out of the way here. I'm gonna take that off. And it's off of it enough to do what I need to do. The next thing we're gonna do is gonna be to take this plastic piece off. And really what's gonna need to happen is it's one piece. It just has to kind of be a little bit of manhandled off there a little bit. It just snaps off just like that. I'm just pulling straight up, straight away from the floor. It just snaps off just like that. That's it, super easy. Comes off just like that. And then at that point, you're just gonna put this right back. So this is gonna go back up. This is gonna go up in here. And that's it. That literally is the hardest part of the whole install. And it's already done. So I'll be back in 1 second and show you what the install looks like here. And then on the final piece, we're gonna grab the new pieces they give you, which come in 2 different pieces. And that's gonna go right back in here. But I'll show you those in just a second. I'm gonna get these out of the way and I'll meet you back in 1 second. All right, so the next thing that we're gonna install is this piece here. And this is really just the power unit for it. So you can see this has the plug that we're gonna plug in the back. And then it also has the plug here that the actual refrigerator is gonna plug into before we put it in. But this piece is just gonna go here and it just slides in just like that. Super, super easy. And then this cord, you're gonna wanna run down the side over here if you wanna look from the top real quick. It's just gonna go down the side, just down the side of the seat there. I'm gonna grab it from the back. I'm gonna grab it back here, pull it down. It's all down here. And then I'm gonna get a different, better camera angle so you can see how I finish it. Okay, so now we're in the back, and this is the plug that I'm going after right here. So, again, we're just gonna plug it in. Just like that. And then we're just gonna take the rest of the plug and we're just gonna tuck it back in there. Just like this. I'll probably go in there and secure it from the back. I don't know, we'll see if it moves around. It's pretty snug right now. But that's it, that's gonna stay just like that. And once you're kind of out, you don't see it at all. It disappears underneath there. So we're done there, and I'll meet you back up in the front. Okay, so now we're gonna actually put it in the fridge. All we've gotta do is plug it in. So the plug's gonna go straight up like this. And I'm kind of going blind here, but that's it. We're gonna plug it in there, and that's gonna be it for plugging it in. And then the next thing what we're gonna do is we're gonna slide. I'm gonna take this light out of the way, and we're gonna slide the unit in there. That's why we had to take off that edge, because it's so tight in there, it wouldn't fit unless we took that little edge off there. So we'll go ahead and do that. Just trying to keep that cord out of the way. And that's it. It slides over. I'm gonna come over there and make sure that it's out of the, I can't see that side. I'm gonna come over there real quick and make sure the cord's not sticking out and make sure everything's secure. And then I'll show you this side over here. Okay, so the cord was sticking out a little bit on this side. And all I'm gonna do is just kind of push it back in there. There's plenty of room behind it that it'll tuck behind. And then we're just gonna pull it over there. That's it. It's in there perfectly snug, no cord. And then we're gonna finish up on the other side. Super easy. All right, and to finish the install, we're gonna put in the 2 pieces that it was provided with. And they just go in this way. We're gonna put the top one in first. It doesn't snap in or anything. The bottom actually holds it in. We're just gonna put it in place there. And then we're gonna do the same thing with this bottom one. But this one actually locks in. So this one's gotta be It's got to be lined up and pushed in. That's it. It's all done. So you can see it looks factory. This thing ain't moving. This thing is solid. And that is it. What's cool about this that I like is that it does have controls on both sides. So you can, either the passenger can control it or the driver. You do have to let this thing sit for 4 hours before you turn it on out of the box. That's just what they recommend doing. I'm sure that's so everything can get kind of settled in there. I'll throw in my floor mat here real quick so you can see how that fits in there nicely. Once that's on there. So there's the floor mat back in. Like I said, everything just looks factory. Super, super easy install. It does come in Fahrenheit, or the settings come in Fahrenheit or Celsius, which is cool. I'm going to set it probably around 34 degrees. I'll do a timer to show you how quickly it does that as well. I did put the rubber mat on here as well, so you can see that, you know, if you wanted to set whatever, but it just fills it in there perfectly. It's always seemed like kind of a big hole that's there. And now it looks real cool. And you can see here, the refrigerator just opens. And then further into after I get this thing started, I'll come back tomorrow and do it. After I get it started, I'll show you how it turns on and that sort of stuff. So hopefully you enjoy this video. I'll be back here in just a few for my final thoughts and the final uses of it. Okay, so we're back and now we're going to get it started. So I've gave it some time to sit for a while before we start it. First thing you're going to do is you're going to make sure that your outlets are on. So again, you've got to go into your settings and keep outlets on. You can enable it if you want the outlets on entry. You know, you can set this however you want. Totally up to you, but the outlets need to be on. Once we do that, I'll actually show you on this side here. So again, I can do it from this side, but you've got your on button and then your plus and minus. So what we're going to do is we're going to push and hold it. You hear it beep, it turns on. You can see on here, a lot of times I think it starts in Celsius. And you can see right now it's in Fahrenheit because there's the F. But if I push the power button twice, it's going to make it flash. And then I can change that from Celsius to Fahrenheit. Then I can hit the power button twice again. One more time. And now it's flashing both of those. So now I can either put it in, oops, didn't catch it in time. Once that's flashing, I can hit the plus and minus here. And I can get this into Eco or Max. I'm actually going to put it in Max because I want to see how cool it'll go. So right now it's 80 degrees in there. It's a pretty warm day here. So we're going to see how cold it can get. So it's 80 degrees right now, and I'm going to set this thing down to 34. Right now it is 8:33 p.m., and I will let you know how long it takes to get to the 34. So I'll be back in just a few minutes. Okay, so we're back. It cooled down probably quicker than I thought. It only took about 30 minutes, 32 minutes or so. To get down below the 34 degrees. I did notice something I didn't tell you earlier. Well, a couple things. Let me show you. For one, I took off the out. There was a little screen protector, so you can see how cool, nice and digital everything is here. And then in the back, but behind here, you can see there's a really cool blue light. With the light on my camera, it probably doesn't look as cool, but when that's off, it kind of glows blue in here. It looks really cool. But there's a function on here. If you press the negative button and you hold it down, it'll go all the way down, and then you can get it into this low mode. When you hit that low mode, it puts it into, it cranks everything up and it gets super cold super quick. I didn't realize that until I read the directions, but that's how I got it so cold so fast. Now I'm going to turn it back up to the 34, but it only took about 30 35 minutes, which I was really surprised. Being that I have an RV and some other things, those things take hours and hours and hours to cool down. This thing got all the way down to 33 degrees, even a little bit colder than what I had set it for, very, very quickly, like I said, about 30 minutes. But there's a whole bunch of different features on here as well. There's some other engineer modes that you can go into. I'm not going to get into that, but I thought it was real cool how easy it is to use. So I'll show you this real quick as well. When you lift up the lid here, when it goes to close, it's like a magnet. It closes and it holds it really, really well. When you do lift it up here and you open it up, there's really two functioning parts. I don't know how well you can see inside of here, but there's a little tray here that you can take out if you want, but you can just slide things in there, and it's just kind of a little shelf that you can use. The other thing is down underneath, there's this little tray that comes out. So this little tray, you can put stuff in, whatever you want to keep real cold. It's really, really cold at the bottom. You put it in there and you can just slide it, and it just tucks out of the way underneath. So they really did utilize all the space in here. And then again, you should be able to hold as much as you want. You could put ice in here. You can do really whatever you want to, but super, super happy with it. Again, check out Tilliard. You can look at this and other accessories on their website. Let me know if you have any questions you may have in the comments. Hopefully you like and subscribe, and we'll see you on the next one.